My thought about fatherhood was experience, fun, challenging, adventurous. And I just, for me, good vibe. I was always looking towards being a father.
I always said to myself that even a thing called beating children, I'm not going to tell you say I don't discipline them, but when I was growing up, the belt used to talk a lot.
I met my biological father when I was 30 years old. And I had a father figure in my life who I didn't have a personal relationship with. We were cool, but I don't know what it is for my father to lift me on my neck and bring me around. So it's one thing I said, I was gonna always be there for my children.
There are a lot of good fathers out there. There are a lot of bad fathers out there, but equally, I see a lot of great mothers, and I see a lot that are not so great. I think fortunately for me, I not only had a great father, still have a great father, but I grew up around pretty good role models in terms of my brother, uncles. It had a significant bearing in terms of what fatherhood meant to me.
We'd like to be on your back because you're our daddy.
I'm stepfather to twins. They are 6 now, me and Layla. Their mom and I got more serious, and then the kids become more part of my life. And then what had happened is something that I learned, that a male figure is very important in the family. Because I think because a male figure was absent in their life for so long that they gravitated towards me so much.
I've seen what, the results that can be garnered from, great fatherhood, and the pitfalls, on the other hand, that come about from that lack of mentorship and all those things that, being a father is entails.
Because as a male, I can do a lot of stuff that the female don't have the strength to do. So I will lift them up, throw them, play with them, and they will lock onto that. One of the challenges when you have kids come into your life at that age, that you have not brought up yourself and instilled certain philosophies and morals, is to get them to see things the way you think is the right way, Because as a single mother, that you get caught up in so many things, and it's twins, so it's hard to be working, dealing with 2 girls who are tomboys, full of energy, right? So it was hard on the mom, and I used to say to her that, boy, I don't know how you do it, because it really takes a lot.
The way I attend to my girlfriend when she was pregnant is like, it's like a 24-hour call service. You have to just be on call.
To get woken up at some bad 2-3 o'clock to go to Burger King and get some food.
I had to wake up to go get Olive Garden because she said she wanted that. And usually on a regular day without baby, this is a no.
None of them never really have them only for craving thing there. And the good thing about what they didn't have as well is this morning sickness thing. Because that get woman grumpy one different kind of way.
I believe I had not morning sickness, but night sickness. Like I would have headaches, and I don't usually have headaches, but I felt the effects of the child coming. I don't know if I just wasn't ready for a child, but I felt the anxiety of it, and perhaps that's what many women felt.
I am thankful that throughout my kids' mom's pregnancies, that there wasn't any complications like that. You know what I say? Once we go around by Dr. Michael Abrams' office, and once him around the ultrasound, him do the thing them to ensure, because nowadays when a woman pregnant, they can detect certain things early because of the equipments that are available right now. You know what I say? So give God thanks and praise. Knock on board. We had some good pregnancies with them.
In terms of what I went through, again, for me it was, the most important person carrying something that was going to be maybe even more important.
Me, as where Jamaicans would say, a baby daddy, my vibe with my kid's mom, I have made sure throughout each and every one of their pregnancies that I'm there 100%.
So for me, I was, again, I had fear. You know, I'd heard a lot of stories about instances where pregnancies never went well.
Being liquid where I was when I heard that Milan was about to come into the world at a party.
I've only been in the room for one of my children, and that's the last one. I either was always late or just before because of work or something else.
What I did with my last son's mother, I already made the arrangement for a C-section because my older son, he was taking a long time to come out and they had to use a suction cup, which I think didn't go as well as them say.
The week going into her due date, and we had seen her doctor, and her doctor's advice was that you know, she needed to have a C-section, right?
Well, being in the operating room, I have my camera and I film everything from the contractions in the room to her gripping onto my hands.
So I did a juggle at the time and the phone I ring and I say, from I see the number, you know, I was on call anyway at the time that she were in the hospital before I went to the party, so I was really looking for Milan's anytime that night.
You know, tried to be calm, you run a little joke or two.
And they took us to the delivery room, like within the hour of getting to the hospital. We're in the delivery room about to deliver this baby, emergency C-section. And the doctor said to sit beside her, hold her hand, which I did.
You know, I was trying not to look, and I was trying not to see anything. I just never wanted to freak out, right?
And then within 5 minutes, I kind of pripped up. He didn't see me pripping up until I stood up and I saw the slice in her belly.